Hey, what's up, everybody?
I'm Random Up,
And I'm Ace.
and welcome to the R&I Show.
Welcome.
What's going on,
What's up,
guys?
everyone? All of the listeners who are tuning in right now, thank you.
For
Thank
sure,
you so
for
much.
sure. So, is today...
What's up, man?
Today marks, what, episode 00?
Episode 00. This is the intro.
Prelude.
Intro-sode.
The prelude.
The prelude.
Intro-sode. That's a good one.
Yeah, thank you. I just came up with that.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're quick, man.
Been doing
You're quick.
podcasts for about 500 years now.
Oh,
But
man. I only did it for like 500 seconds. So.
you know, hey, that's a lot of seconds.
Wow.
Don't let anybody. Don't let anybody don't at him, guys. All right.
502.
But anyway, this episode here is just basically introducing us. Who we are. Just a little dips into who we are, and
a little backstory.
as well as what kind of podcast this is.
Right.
Let's get into it.
So I'm going to go ahead and take it away from you.
All
Take
right,
it away,
right.
take it away now. All
Here it
right.
is.
So, obviously, this question's going to the man on my right,
right.
your left. Hey. So, you're in a reggae band. What is it? What is it called?
My reggae band is called Halea.
Halea, and that translates into.
It's Hawaiian for House of Sharks, and the sharks come from the spirit animals in Hawaii. They're called amakua.
Okay.
And when the band started, everyone or majority of the people in the band actually had their family spirit animal as a shark or their amakua.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like you guys didn't just meet in the Shark Tank or anything like
No,
that?
we didn't meet there. We met at the buffet.
Jeez.
The
Oh, buffet. Wow.
Yeah.
Getting a grub on,
Yeah.
huh? Okay.
Well, actually, we were just grabbing our plates, and then we were wrestling at first. There was a lot of blood. But
Wrestling. All right. All right. All right. So you got the title as songwriter, singer, ukulele player, philanthropist, playboy. Just kidding.
Yeah. Take away the suit.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
all right.
wait,
all right.
no.
So now you picked up the ukulele. Now you picked that one up, but why not the guitar? Why not the keyboard or the piano? Why this specific one?
Well, when I was a kid, a lot of my friends used to play the ukulele on the bus, and we, used to jam a lot.
Okay.
And I loved it. I love the fact that you can just jam and just bring this little instrument wherever you want. And I learned from my auntie's neighbor. His name is Ryan Tobias. What's up, Ryan? He taught me how to play the ukulele first.
Okay.
So, of course, in the beginning, I couldn't strum with anything. He would help me how to strum, help me how to put the chords correctly in the right spot. And so I just started progressing since then. And the reason why I didn't take guitar and or piano, well, if you think about it, I love the guitar sound and I love the piano sound, but you can't just lug those things around. Guitars, sure you can, but when I was 12, I wasn't as beefy as I am now. You know what I'm saying?
Buff.
But
he means buff. He means buff.
The guitar was a rather large instrument. You know what I mean? And then I had to also carry my book bags. Because I was in middle school.
So basically, it was just more mobile than the guitar.
Yeah, very easy to move around. Yeah,
you can have it as a backpack. You wouldn't be
I mean, and look at it now. All over the world, people are learning ukulele as a mobile thing. If they were going to go to a jam session, the ukulele was definitely going to be there. So
for sure.
I mean, I may be reaching with that statement, but I'm gonna stick with it.
It's what you know.
Exactly.
What you know.
You know.
So now, besides the fact that you are in this reggae band,
okay,
there's so much more that meets the eye when looking at you. So a lot of people that you network, connect, see, or just meet, they're always gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Easy from the band,
right,
from the band." But there has to be at least one or two things. Let's just throw it out there, one or two things, because we're gonna do a whole bunch more later on in the podcast.
I've been known to be a certified snack, but we don't need to talk about that. Okay, for a thing that no one really knows about is that actually I'm an avid moviegoer. And when I go to the movies, I always have to have my large popcorn and a large drink. Now, if you guys don't already know, or for those who go to the movies very often to buy those things, them can be expensive. I mean, think about it. Popcorn is what, $8?
Yeah.
Plus a large drink is $7. Are you crazy? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
You know, so I always get the number one combo, even if I'm with a date.
Dang, like
I get two
number one,
combos. So you know what I mean, like because sharing one, she may not get any.
Right.
So, and yeah, so that's one thing. Another thing is board games and tabletop games.
Oh, okay.
I'm
All right.
I'm heavily into those. Well, not as much these days, being as I can't really play with that much people because of the social distancing and all that stuff. You know, you play.
Yeah.
Because you play with me.
Yeah.
The War Machine. War Machine is a tabletop game that we were able to find online. What was it?
Yeah, so it's Word Table .online, I believe. But
Table.
before that, we were trying out a Vessel. That one's a little bit more.
Vessel, yeah.
Yeah, that one's a little bit more involved.
When I play the Vessel one, yeah, I like the Vessel one a little bit more. But yeah, so you know, War Machine is definitely one of the hobbies that I've picked up on tabletops. But when it comes to board games, I like to play medium to heavy games.
Okay.
And you know, stuff that deals with puzzles and brain moves and stuff like that.
Not like Shoots and Ladders.
Not like Shoots and Ladders, no. But however, I will
Monopoly.
I will destroy anyone in that game.
Whoa.
At me.
Whoa! Challenge accepted, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, just trying to be me. No.
Yeah. So going back to the the board gaming, actually the War Machine, we wouldn't even have gotten into it if it wasn't for your buddy Jay. You know, shout out to Jay.
Jay, what's up, man?
He actually introduced you into it, who then introduced it to me.
Yep.
And you held. It's funny because you held on to one army.
I stuck to one army throughout.
Or what we call faction.
Yeah.
And these little War Machine miniatures are like about big, tall, whatever.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Yeah, and so I think within the past 2.5 years, I think I had at 1.4 army.
You had too much. He was buying these things like they were candy.
I
know. I'm not feeling this.
Just because
month.
I mentioned Candyland, I know.
Hey, in Shoots and Ladders, they got candy in there. I think.
Shoots.
Am I thinking the same? Or maybe not. I don't know.
Nah, I don't know. Probably Monopoly. I don't know. But yeah, it's we're still playing that game. Like you said, we're not really involved in it. We're actually gonna be meeting up at Jay's house next week. Actually,
should we go live? Nah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. We gotta bring the special man that brought us a special opportunity over here. So we gotta see what his schedule looks like. Of course.
Yeah, man.
All right. And so let's talk about the podcast here. So I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna lie, but I'm really excited about this podcast thing. And what I'm excited. Are you excited? You're excited about it?
Oh, very, very excited.
What just thinking about it in the future reference, what are you most excited about? What are you looking forward to? And why did you start this whole thing actually?
So a big thing for the podcast and starting it is because you learn more. Because you obviously have to do your research before you can talk about it to other people. You know what I mean? And I'm going to try to do as much unbiased research to where I'm not just looking at one certain person's style and then just kind of running with that. I want to look at someone who has one style and maybe someone who debunks that style with his own.
Yeah.
Then you can kind of have more of a 360 view.
For sure.
On things like that.
You just get both sides, connected.
Yeah, about how they're they're living their life hacks.
Right.
How they keep their house, how would I say, clean, or you know what I mean,
because what is probably working for you may not be working for them, and then vice versa.
Right,
something like that.
Right. And the learning process is definitely the biggest part of the podcast that I'm looking forward to doing. And I've always wanted to do a podcast, but I didn't know anyone who was mentally ready to do it. I knew people who would say they were.
Yeah.
But then things got in the way or something like that. You know what I mean?
I was semi that. Did I pull through?
True, but you came to me, so that was the good thing.
Yeah.
Because I was already 100% ready to go.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm definitely excited about this whole thing. And it's like what you said, going back to education, it's like you learn more once you start explaining things, and you actually not only retain the information, but you learn more about whatever else you're explaining, and it's kind of weird that way. That's why I think, these teachers, they're so educated. They actually are,
Right?
Because
right.
they're teaching this thing Monday through Friday, like constantly. So it's the same thing with these podcasts.
Yeah. We build a curriculum.
Right.
Curriculum. I don't know if I'm saying it correct.
We
but,
need a syllabus,
we have to create a syllabus, aka outline.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
You know what I mean? So that's something that I'm looking forward to doing. You know what I mean? And kind of bouncing off notes with you.
Yeah.
And also to remind you guys, like, me and Randolph here has known each other since 2006. That's about like 14 years.
It's like right
now.
After high school, graduated.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Man, didn't want to say that, but
graduated last year.
Throw it out
last
there.
year, right? 06, last year.
It was last year. It was. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, that's enough about me.
Yeah.
Let me ask you some questions.
Oh, man. Here we go.
All right. Ranuma.
What's up?
Before this podcast, you've been working on a blog. What's the blog called?
So the blog is called Wolf Shield Chronicles.
Okay. What's it about?
So basically, if you decipher or kind of break down the name, my name Randolph, if you Google it, it literally means wolf shield. So okay, that's where Wolf Shield comes from. But now, okay, what about Chronicles? Well, if you think about it, my blog is more of a lifestyle blog. It's a personal, very personal blog, and it's about the adventures that I have done in the past, present, and some future stuff, kind of like what we're doing right now. Chronicles, chronological order, so it's kind of like a book.
Oh, okay.
So Wolf Shield Chronicles.
Okay.
So it's like my journey. Of course, I'm taking myself, my family, my kids, everybody that is surrounding me, everybody is, of course, from their consent. It's gonna be in that blog. Otherwise, they're gonna be like this guy or that guy. Well, we don't even know who that guy or this guy is until we actually put a name to it.
Okay. Well, what made you decide to create this blog of yours? Like, what was it that drove you to make it?
Oh, yeah, good question. So, writing has always been a thing of mine in the past. I just like to just write, and it became like an outlet for me. And in the past it was poetry. After that was songwriting, and then after that, now it's the blog. So for me, it was more like, okay, let me just write about what's going on. Let me talk about this journey that just happened about 2 weeks ago. I kind of like referring to that. It's like, hey, what happened to you on May 14th at 1 p.m.? Oh, well, let me just look at the blog real quick,
Look at the Chronicles.
Yeah, the Chronicles. I mean, it's not going to be like that crazy, like, oh, yeah, I was doing this like at 1 p.m. You know what I mean? But it's going to be more of like a reference, and it's something to look back to. Again, it's a journey. The first step is always a doozy. That's at least what I tell my patients and, the kids. They're like, once you're on that journey, once you keep going, you look back and you can be like, wow, that's crazy. I'm this high up in the mountain when I started all the way down there,
Okay.
Something like that.
All right. Well, how can people find it?
So you can actually go and it's wolfshieldchronicles.com. Just go over there and you'll be able to read as far as expense reports, apps that I use to like be frugal and save money. And on the personal side of things, it's more of like a lot about where I come from. This blog is actually pretty young, and so I'm trying to give an introduction, throwing it out there, and then little by little, it's gonna be a little bit more complex,
Right. And you're adding more depth with doing a podcast.
More
as well,
depth,
right?
yeah, and
Okay.
more pathways, So
Well, that makes sense. Okay.
For sure.
Obviously, writing seems to be a passion for you.
It is. It is.
Where
Still
was
is.
the starting point?
Ooh.
And does your blog keep your writing chops in check? Like, is that like training, constantly training your craft?
Yeah, good question. So, it's very I wouldn't say unfortunate, because if it didn't happen, I wouldn't actually be here, I think. So going back to way past high school, past middle school, we're talking about like elementary day school, specifically in the 3rd and 4th grade, where I actually experienced my first heartbreak. Now that heartbreak.
Heartbreak.
Yeah, it's And first Heartbreak gave me that passion to be like, okay, I can either run away from it, cry my eyeballs out, like, you know what I mean? Or you could just, stand up tall and do something like what I did, just write a poem called My Confidence.
Wait, how old were you when you said you wrote that?
Oh, man. So how old were we? We're third,
in
fourth
middle
grade.
school?
Yeah.
Or
Third, fourth grade, yeah.
That was like 9, maybe?
9, 10, something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty young.
Dude.
Yeah, pretty young.
I
So-
only started writing at like 18, which was like last year. But you know what I'm saying? For you too? Last year?
Last year for sure. Yeah, we're
He was
still
10
young.
last
We're
year.
still learning
Yeah,
some
for
more
sure.
things here. So, doing that, going through that heartbreak. Wrote a poem called My Confidence. It's in one of my binders. I know exactly where it is because I even drew like little pictures on it and stuff
What was
like
her
that.
name?
Oh,
You
man. I do actually. I know her last name also. So yeah.
Well, I mean, it's up to you if you want to reveal
Nah,
that.
we're good. We're good.
But
We'll just say the first name is Jessica.
Jessica,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's a very lengthy story, but I'm gonna kind of keep it short and sweet here. So of course it stems from poetry. After that, I decided to put a little melody into it. So thus created songwriting.
His first song.
Songwriting. So it's funny we look back at our own songs and be like, I don't even know how did I write that, something like that.
Right?
I had a whole bunch of those.
I had no idea how to write a song at 9, 10 years old. I was trying to backflip off the swings, get to the highest part. That's what I was doing at 9, 10 years old. This guy was writing sonnets and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
I wish I was that cool.
William
like
Shakespeare.
The Hamlet.
The Hamlet.
No. My writing is nowhere near the Hamlet. But
so doing the blog, does it keep your chops does it keep
oh, for sure.
like
yeah,
do you
yeah.
write your blogs like more of a series within one blog or post?
Yeah.
Or do you write it as like a song, or have you written stuff in song form?
That's a good question, and I never really thought about doing it into like a song form, only because of the fact that it's Chronicles, chronological order. So I actually have like a thing right there where it's we're talking about our health, our fitness, and if you go into the blog, you'll actually see part 1. I wrote part 2 already, and part 3 is coming, of course. So that one is kind of like your health. And they talk about your statistics, like what weight did I start off with, and then after so and so days, this is where I'm at right now. Before this whole COVID thing hit, I was able to go to the local gym here and get those numbers, and I was actually able to post them. And my plan was to do that same thing again next month, but it just so happened to be the coronavirus that just hit, and I'm like, oh, I'm stuck at home. I can't really measure myself. So
I know, man.
it's like I'm just gonna give it my weight,
It just stunts people's growth.
I know.
It doesn't mean that it like completely does it. You
Yeah.
just have to figure out what to do. You have to be creative.
For sure.
You got people over here like, oh, you can't tell me to stay home. I was just like, if this wasn't here, you'd probably be home still.
Yeah. And I think that just circles around to why I said I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that heartbreak. Because of that creativity and the writing and everything like that, of course, I met you, and, we're doing this podcast right now. So, yeah, I'm just really excited about the future now.
Cool.
It's going to be interesting.
Cool. All right. Well, other than a blog, are there any other types of content creating that you're interested in, like how-to videos, like how to write, or do you write for other artists? I know we've had you write for Halea, the song "Get You Alone" or "Alone" by itself, the title.
Yep.
Do you want to get into doing screenplays, whether it's for fun or not? You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm as a gamer, I like to challenge myself.
You're a gamer? What console?
I'm a gamer. PS4, PlayStation.
Okay. All right. PS5 coming out?
PS5, yeah, coming out. And maybe switching over to the computer. Let's see how funds are.
Masterclass. That's the class I'm in.
Let's see where my
class.
funds fall in within like maybe Black Friday.
Hey man, if you buy it by piece, you can buy a nice computer in 9 months.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. My brother-in-law built his computer. I think it was like a little over $1,000, but I mean, he did it in parts. and my cousins did it. My best friend Alvin, who's in Hawaii right now, he did it. He
Pono,
actually
my brother.
Oh, Pono.
Shout out to Pono.
Pono, yeah. But all those, you know, I want to say kids, but they're not kids. But I say kids because they're just, you know, they're so smart.
They're young in the mind.
Like, man,
not younger than us.
Short,
no
though.
way. Yeah,
we're 18.
We are 18, 19 actually. Excuse me.
But yeah, I'm down for the screenplays. Writing, you know, poetry, it's almost kind of like that, you know. You just got to put a little bit of more emphasis, like, okay, who's going to say this now?
Right.
Kind of like a monologue turning into a dialogue, you know, or vice versa. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, there's a little bit of me and Ranuma here. And basically, you know, thank you again for listening. But some of the things that we're going to talk about, like on this podcast, is lifestyle.
Yeah.
Stick to a lifestyle of anyone, everyone, you know, no matter who you are, what you do, it doesn't matter, as long as you love me. Sorry, that was a Backstreet Boys.
It's all good. It's all love here. All love, especially with what's going on right now. It's all love, right?
Yeah. And you know, when I'm talking about lifestyle, you know, I mean, like, you know, style, like,
yeah.
You know, like, obviously, I have more of a loud shirt. Kind of looks like I just came out from the bar that is closed,
right?
But,
and
know,
mine is just screaming right now, like, just
his is just screaming. Loud. I just got off work, you know, stuff like that. You know,
work is
you know, and you know, also, you know, try to keep up with the today's trends with the you know with the kids. You know, on TikTok is a very big platform right now for the
big.
world because everybody's at home. Like, did you know on YouTube, BuzzFeed, they do these things with celebrities called thirst tweets.
What?
And those things are amazing. However, because of everybody's social distancing and staying home quarantining, people have been doing it from their house.
Oh, man.
It's
all creativity right
It's
there.
unreal.
It's crazy.
It's unreal. And so, yeah.
We should probably do one ourselves, you know.
Yeah. And, you know, we'll help with, you know, confidence building. We'll help with men's fashion and maybe a little bit of women's fashion when we have a female,
or at least give our opinions, you know.
Podcast guest.
For sure.
You know, we will have some of them on here.
Either on here or on the phone, you know.
Yeah, we may have like a little picture up here, but who knows?
Like right here.
Like specifically right here. And
just a lot of you know, random things, like what keeps you motivated, just random stuff that gets thrown out there, because
that nobody really talks about.
Yeah, I know.
And we want to be there for you.
I guess my name isn't Randolph, but, you know, without being random, right? Got to throw in that mix.
Right.
Is with the mix, right?
And it is what it is. When it is talking about it. Just burped.
Wow.
I burped again.
All right. Well, I think that's it for us. That burp just concluded.
Yes.
Episode 00.
Certified as a snack.
Oh man, what movie did you see today though?
I didn't. They're closed still.
I think they're still.
They
closed,
opened this Friday, I think.
Oh really?
July 10th.
Yeah.
But I don't know, with everybody going out to the pools, you know, trying to like hug each other and stuff. Like, what's up? Everything is done, and people are still getting sick.
Yeah.
But anyway,
no.
We like to thank Wong Media Studios.
For sure. Thank you.
And we will see you guys next time, or at least you'll hear from us next time. All right.
Oh, for sure.
Once again, I'm Iz.
I'm Ranama.
And you're watching the R9 Show.
R and I.